Hello everyone, back with another video. So in the last video, we went over the basics of Roblox Studio and print functions. So in this video, I'm gonna go over data types and variables. Let's get started. So you want to go here to server script service, add a script, delete that. Okay. We're gonna add a part for this example. Okay. So we're gonna go over data types first. So what data types are, they're values. So there's a few of them, but mainly we're gonna go over the important ones. So our first one is called a string. So last video we went over like printing. So hello, my name is ins. My name is ins. That sounds weird, but we went over this, and it printed down here in the output. It printed because it is between two quotations. If we were to take off these quotations, look, it's in red. It says it does not work. They don't like it. See? So we put quotations around it so it does work. And they're wrapped, anything wrapped around two quotations is considered a string. So basically they're a sequence of characters, and most of the time they're words. So if we run it, we would not get an error. It would say, hello, my name is ins, right? Our next data type is called an int. And so int is short for integer, and integers are whole numbers. So they would be considered like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anything that's a whole number. So we're gonna use 5. So if we were to print it, it would say 5, right? That is int, a whole number. But a number value is different. It contains decimals. So like 8.5. 8.5 would be considered a number value because it has decimal points. There we go. 8.5 right there. Right? Our next data type is a thread. Well, no. Let's do boolean. A boolean. Booleans are sometimes they're called bools. Either way works, but they are true or false. So false and true, and these are really useful. They're very, very useful when like checking for something in an if statement. They're very good. So if we run it, it would print false and true. See? And notice how the script is reading from up to down. It's called sequencing. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Thread. So what a thread is, so okay, let's say here. So you see how our part is in the workspace? Let's say we want to access it through the script. How would we be able to do that? Easy. We say game.workspace.part. Because, oh, I don't think you have to say game. I don't think so, but I put it just in case. So think of game as the explorer. This is the explorer. We go from game to the workspace. Workspace is right here to the part, and it finds the part down here, right? And if we were to print it, it would print its name part, right? But if we were to change the name to like test, we would have to change name here as well. If we did not, it would become an error because it does not find, it says part is not a valid member of workspace. It does not find part in workspace. But if we do put test in here, it would find our object, right? So that is what a thread does. This is called referencing, if you didn't know. Okay, these are the main data types you should know. Okay, moving on. Variables. So if you've in math, you would see like x the letter X, they would hold a certain number. It can be an unknown number, like any number, right? That's how it is with variables. So variables take the keyword local, and they take a name. So let's name it name, right? They take a name, and then they take a value. So any of these right here. So let's say I wanted my name to be ins, right? And if we were to print name, it would print ins instead of name, because because name holds the value of ins, right? And you can see that ins is a string because of the two quotations. If we did not print the quotations, it would be red. So yeah, if we were to print it, it would print ins, right? Pretty easy. Next, let's do let's do number. So let's say 0.5. Okay, right? So print. Okay, let's make a variable first for a part. I am doing this wrong, very wrong. Okay, so local my part. Okay, quick notice. Do you see how I capitalize P in part but not in my? That is called camel casing, and this is very good practice. You should always do this. Why? Because I'm not sure. I think it's because something with the naming, but you should always do this. So my part, and we talked about threads referencing. We want to get our part. So game.workspace.test. We're referencing our part, and let's say we want to change the transparency, right? Let's say we want to make it half visible. So what we would do is my part dot transparency, because transparency is a property of our object test. So dot transparency equals number. And why you put number instead of 0.5 is because we have our number holding the value of 0.5. And if we run this, our part would become half invisible. As you can see here, it is see-through, right? Pretty simple. Okay, moving on. Let's say we want our part to be completely invisible. So integers are whole numbers. So int equals 1. So local int equals 1. So if we were to make it entirely invisible, we would replace our number that's half visible with int that's completely invisible. Now it will be completely invisible. And as you can see here, it's nowhere to be found. But if we would go to the workspace, it's right here, completely invisible. Right? And okay, let's do booleans. So local bool1 equals false, local bool2 equals true. Our first bool is equal to false, right? Our second bool holds the value of true. And if we look at the properties, let's find, okay, wait, we're gonna do anchor. So you can change, anchored is a property of our object, right? We don't have to manually do this. We can change it through the script, right? So if we do this, so my part dot anchored, because anchored is a property of our object here, right? So anchored, so you see these boxes, you see how they have you see how they can take a check mark? That means it either can take a true or false. With these two, this over here, locked, cast shadow, yeah. So if we were to do that, let's say we want our object to fall. So we would put bool1, because bool1 holds the value of false. So it would fall, just like that, right? But let's say we want our part to stay at its original position. We would put bool2 because bool2 has the value of true. It holds the value of true. So it would be locked in its original position. And yeah, that is pretty much it with data types and variables. It's pretty easy. Data types are values, string, integer, number, boolean, threads. This is called referencing. Variables are they take the keyword local and they take a name and then whatever value they hold. Camel casing, undercase, first word, uppercase, everything else. Like my part is cool, and it errors here because it's not the same. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.